What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to talk about addresses, driving licenses, postage, parcels, all that good stuff, and we're going to figure it out together. I've had loads of questions lately about what do I do about my address, what do I do about my driving license, how do I get insurance, where do I pick stuff, where does the post go to, where does my parcels go to, what do you do when you live on the road full time? So we need to dig into that. Now, this probably seems like it's, YouTube magic, like it was just like I've done it, but honest, it's a natural coincidence, which means it's meant to be. My brother's messaged me a couple of days ago saying that there's a parcel's arrived and a few letters. So I need to go pick them up, and ties beautifully in with this video. So let's go see what's arrived, shall we? Because I'm not sure what the parcel is. I've got an idea, but I'm not exactly sure what the parcel is. So you guys know I've been working with EcoFlow for quite a while now. So it's only natural they're going to send me their new products when they release them, which I'm really grateful for. And I really love working with EcoFlow because I believe in them and I think there's great products. This is the new Delta 2. So this, well, I'll go through the specs now and then I'll overlay some nice, well, I won't, maybe will. The first Delta that they released didn't come with access to the app. It's now got that, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which is brilliant because you can turn it on, you turn it off, you turn each port on and off. You can see loads of data on the screen, what's coming in, what's going out. Amazing. The original Delta was 1,260 watt hours, and this one's 1,024 watt hours, but it is expandable. So this port here, you pop that open, and you can use the extra batteries that go with the Delta Max and this one now. So you can buy this model as your base, and then if you need to expand in the future, you have the option to. And when I say future, hold on, I mean future, because the previous Delta had NCM chemistry, which done 800 cycles. The new one, the Delta 2, 3,000 cycles, because it's using LFP, which I'll put on the screen means what now? Like I told you, not an expert. I said it was lighter. This one's 27 pounds. The other one was almost 31 pounds. They've still both got 1800 watt AC output, but this now comes with the X Boost, which you can turn on in the app, which would then ramp up for certain appliances to 2,200 watts, which, I mean, that's pretty banging. It comes with 15 outlets, so that's an improvement. It's got 2 more extra DC ports, and then the charging time. This is where their products come into their own. This one is 80% in 50 minutes and 100% in 80 minutes. I mean, that is banging speeds. You know, to be able to charge this in 80 minutes full from flat is a game changer. I think you'd all agree. So yeah, if you are looking for one of these and you haven't got one yet, then the Delta 2 is now out. There'll be links in the description. Check out the Delta 2. Out now. Cheers guys. As I've had a lot of new people joining the channel lately, thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here. I've had a lot more questions about addresses, where my driving license is, where my parcels go to, how I get post, how I do this, how I do that. How do you just live on the road doing all this stuff? So I did a video about this a couple of years back, 2-3 years back, but it's out of date. About time I updated it, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, when it comes to actually posting things, that's easy. You know, find one of these and you're golden. So when it comes to actually posting stuff whilst living in a van, that's simple as. Nothing's changed there. It's exactly the same for living in a house, living in a van. Posting things is easy. It gets a little bit different when you want people to post things to you and you need mail and parcels and things like that. So let's go have a look at that, shall we? When it comes to ordering stuff on eBay, I use the filter click and collect. And then I come to places like Sainsbury's where they send it to an Argos. Now there's an Argos in this Sainsbury's, there's Argos in pretty much most Sainsbury's these days. And they can go to other places like corner shops, petrol stations. There are quite a host of things. So you click on click and collect, and then you can type in a postcode where you are, or an area, and it'll bring up a few places. And then you can pick which is easily accessible for you, for actually where you are, and what's accessible to, say, the van or the motorhome. So you're not going to go down into some shopping centre and you can't park because it's multi-storey. So definitely have a look at things like that. But yeah, the way I do it is this way. It's going to come to no surprise to you guys to know that I use these Amazon lockers. I order tons of stuff, anything I need really I can find on Amazon, and then I use these Amazon lockers to get them delivered. They're all over the country. Mainly I use ones on like petrol stations because then they're 24 hours, so I can rock up anytime I want, grab my item straight from there, and they're easy. They hold them for 3 days, so you can order your item if you're going to then be somewhere, so you can plan your route. And yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. I use Amazon for pretty much everything, and I can't recommend them more really, to be fair, because them lockers make living on the road and getting parcels and products simple as anything. Yes, Amazon Prime works for me, and you get TV too. Now, before we go any further, I want to say a couple of things before we go into the information I'm about to tell you. First and foremost, I've reached out to about 20, 25, 30 other van lifers, full-timers, and asked what they do, if they've got any weird, wonderful ways for the addresses, for postage and things. If they've got any tricks, if they've got found anything special. I've asked them all. So I've tried that way. I've done research online, and I am also happy to be corrected in the comments if someone has found another way, has found a better way of doing things, and they can do it. So I am not an expert. I have asked, I've reached out, I've tried to find as much information as I can. It's really pretty not much information, to be fair. So that is, I just want to say that straight off the bat. I don't want people thinking that I know it all, that it is God. What I say is gospel, and I'm happy to be corrected, but I have tried my best to figure it out. With all that said, let's quickly run over the old ways. So the old way you could do things, like for a driving license, there were companies out there like Van Post, Boat Post, Nomad Post, and things like that. I don't know if Nomad Post was a real one. I don't know if I've just made that up on the spot. But there was these companies that you could go to them, you could pay them some money, they give you an address. You could then use that on your with the DVLA for your license. You could use that with your insurance. You could use it with everything, and it worked. That was fine. And I put that in my last video. From everything I've looked at online, in Facebook groups and talking to other full-timers, you can no longer use one of them mail services to register your DVLA driving license and your vehicle. They don't like them. They just don't want them. They don't like them. They don't accept them. End of. Which sucks for a lot of people. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I don't, but I'll take it. Whatever you can throw. If, like I say, I'm happy to be corrected at any point through this video. Which leads me on to what now does work, and I'm gonna just get comments. The only way that I know that does work now, and I'm gonna get comments saying I haven't got, or I can't do that, and that don't work for me, which I fully respect, I fully understand, and I know it's gonna be difficult. But the only real way you can do your license and your like your logbook and things like that, is a friend's or family address. You can use a friend, like a family's address, and that's fine. You can inform the DVLA that you are like traveling, you don't have a property, you don't live anywhere, so you are constantly in and out of the country or something like that, and they will accept that. You can use a care of address. So you just put C/O at the front, at the very start of your address. That identifies the companies that you don't live there. They are just accepting your mail. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be horror stories out there where someone's let someone use someone's address, and then they're going to come along and say, oh, then I had people knocking at my door. There's going to be a bad story about everything out there. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is the only way you can do it. Unless someone else has found another way, then more power to you. Please leave it in the comments and we can all benefit from it. But it is going to be a friend or a family's address or a care of address. And that's it, really. What I would say is, with stuff that you've already got, if you've got like a bank already set up, if you've got, little thing, people have got stuff already set up, just turn it to digital. Just let sleeping dogs lie. Unless you're legally bound and you're gonna go to jail forever and ever and ever if you don't change it, just leave it the way it is. And just go digital. My bank account, right? Yeah. So I'm not gonna go talk to them. I'm not gonna say, hey, yeah, I'm running around the country. I've got no real address or anything like that. I'm not gonna go do that because they don't need to know that. Yeah, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for a mortgage. I'm not getting anything from them. They're holding my money, if anything. I'm trusting them. They should be giving me their details. Where are you at night? You've got my money. You know what I mean? So I just gone digital. So all my statements are in the app. I get no bank statements anymore. If I need bank statements, I can request them. I can download them. Yeah, it's perfect. It's fine. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news that you need a friend's, family, or a care of address, but that's the way it's got to be, I'm afraid. I know I get a question about this as well. Dentists and doctors, what do we do about those? Again, I use my family's address where I've always been for my doctors. Under the doctors because I've got type 2 diabetes, so I use that all the time. I have my checkups, I have blood tests and things like that. So that's all works fine. If you are, the dentist is a bit different because they've been spending a lot of time kicking people off the list at the moment through COVID. But again, dentist is at my family's address. If not, then you can always go to a private thing. Not saying you should all be private or anything like that, but that is an option. If you are in a situation where you're away somewhere, you become ill and you need to see the doctor, you can do a temporary register. So you register temporarily at the doctor's. Now this would work for people that live in a house anyway, because let's say you're from Scotland, or you live in Scotland, or you live in the Midlands, or you live up the north, and you've gone to, let's say, Cornwall for a holiday. If you then become a bit ill, you're on a 2-week holiday in Cornwall, you want to go to the doctor. They're not going to say, hey, no, you need to go back to the Midlands or you need to go back to Scotland. They're just not going to do that because that's not realistic. That's not the way it works. And we've got the NHS, which is a national system. So I know we're registered in different areas, but you can temporarily register at a local doctor's, at a local dentist, and then you can go get treatment, and then you'll be going back to your home doctors later on, want to continue that treatment, or whatever, because like I say, it wouldn't make sense for them to say, nope, you can't do that, go clear off. I've seen I was actually with Gadget John and Mandy when he had a bad shoulder. I think it was when it was when he had a bad shoulder. And we were at a campsite, and they had a little doctors in the town, in the village. So we went over there, and then he got treatment there, temporarily registered, and it was perfectly fine. It all worked to treat. So that does work. I know that. I haven't done it personally because I use the one where I'm registered, but I do know, I have seen it firsthand working. So you can temporarily register at the doctor's or the dentist. I hope you've found this video useful. It's a bit all over the place, but basically I use, for eBay and Amazon, I use to buy stuff and I get them sent to lockers and shops. I use friends and family and a care of address for everything else. And that's basically it, really. Everything else, I've turned all my mail to digital. apart from a little bit of junk mail that I get and a magazine here and there, which comes through the door from the Caravan and Motorhome Club. But apart from that, everything else is digital, and that's the way I live full time on the road. So I hope this video has helped you. If you want to know how much it costs to live full-time on the road, then check out this video. If you want to know how to find park-ups like I do, which has kept me going for the last 5.5 years, then click this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Like I say, drop any comments in the bulletin section below, and I'll see you soon. Bye!